the doppelganger. I'm 3 months into this job and I'm seriously rethinking my life choices. When I signed up to work in an office, I thought it would be easy, a 9-to-5 routine with minimal stress. But it's anything but relaxing. We're constantly drowning in deadlines, buried under mountains of paperwork. And yet management seems to think we're perfectly staffed. The only thing keeping me sane is the thought that it's Friday, and I've got a camping trip planned. Just me, the trees, and the silence of the woods. As soon as the clock hits 4 p.m., I'm out the door faster than a blink. I've already packed everything I need into my car, so I head straight for the great outdoors. The drive is supposed to take about an hour, so I should be setting up camp by 5-ish. I've been looking forward to this all week. No coworkers, no stress, just the solitude of nature. I've never been much of a people person, mostly because I was bullied a lot growing up. I guess I learned to appreciate my own company, especially in places where it feels like the rest of the world doesn't exist. Traffic is heavier than I expected, so I end up arriving an hour later than planned. Still, this campsite is familiar territory for me. I've been coming here since I was a kid, and it's always been my refuge when life gets too chaotic. This weekend, I need it more than ever. I set up my tent and unpack my supplies without any issues. Glancing at my watch, I realize I've only got an hour or two of daylight left. Time to gather some firewood and cook dinner. There's a trail that runs through the woods, so I decide to hike it for a bit and pick up some firewood on the way back. As I walk down the trail, the forest is quiet. Almost too quiet. Suddenly, I see something up ahead, blocking the path. It's a person. My heart skips a beat. I'm not used to dealing with strangers, especially not out here. I pause, trying to figure out how to approach when the figure starts to stand. Relief washes over me when I see he's not hurt. But then something feels off. He's holding a large wooden club, and as he turns toward me, my blood runs cold. He's dressed exactly like me. Same jacket, same pants. It's like looking in a mirror. I take a step closer, trying to make sense of it, but when I see his face, I freeze. It's my face. The same eyes, the same features, but twisted with anger. "What the hell?" I mutter, barely able to breathe. Before I can say anything else, his expression contorts into pure rage. He lets out a furious shout and charges at me, the wooden club raised high. Panic surges through me, and instinct takes over. I turn and run, my heart pounding so hard I can feel it in my throat. "Get back here," he screams, his voice unnervingly similar to my own. I don't look back. I just run, the branches tearing at my clothes as I crash through the undergrowth. My foot catches on a tree root, and I go down hard, rolling off the trail and into the brush. Pain shoots through my knee, but I don't have time to worry about it. I scramble to my feet and keep running, the sound of his footsteps thundering behind me. How long I run, I don't know. All I can think about is escaping. Eventually, the sound of his pursuit fades, and I collapse against a tree, gasping for air. My knee is throbbing, and I'm drenched in sweat. But I've lost him for now. The forest is darker than ever, the shadows deepening with the setting sun. I have no idea where I am, no clue how to get back to the trail. All I know is that I need to keep moving, keep quiet, and hope he doesn't find me again. Who was that man? Why does he look like me? My mind races with questions, each one more terrifying than the last. I've heard the old folk tales, how seeing your doppelganger is a sign of impending death. But I never believed in that stuff. Could this be some kind of prank? But who would do this? I didn't tell anyone I was coming here. My fear slowly morphs into anger. I've spent my whole life being pushed around, laughed at, and now this? No more. I'm not going to be the victim again. My peaceful weekend is ruined, and I'm not going to let whoever this is get away with it. I find a large, sturdy branch and grip it tightly. If I see him again, it's not going to be me running. As I make my way through the forest, I spot a strange glow in the distance. My heart skips a beat. Is it another camper, or is it him? Either way, I'm done hiding. I move toward the light, cautiously but determined. The light leads me back to the trail, where a strange, eerie glow illuminates a small area. There's no source of light that I can see, just a glowing spot on the path. My head starts to feel fuzzy, and my vision blurs. I stumble, feeling like I'm about to pass out, but I force myself to stay conscious. I can't let him find me like this. The world spins, and suddenly it's daylight again. My head is pounding, but I manage to push myself to my feet, gripping the club for support. Everything feels wrong. It was night just a moment ago. How can it be morning? Then I see him, my doppelganger, walking toward me. The rage I felt earlier boils over. "It's your turn to run," I growl, raising the club as I charge toward him, ready to end this once and for all. This time he flees and I yell, "Get back here."
Thank you for listening to this terrifying twist tale. Please support this channel by liking and subscribing.